Hey guys, you're back here with Credit Connector. Remember, this channel is about you guys. I want to empower you guys. I want to help you guys understand your credit, fix your credit, and go out there and leverage your credit on the personal side and on the business side. Also, remember, I'm still dropping my VIP mentorship link that you can get in for free. We are going to start going live. And right now, you guys can interact with other people in the credit space. Also, if you guys have any friends, your relatives, your neighbors, if they don't speak English, send them to my Spanish channel, which is called Conecto de Crédito. In this video, what we're going to talk about is how can you get $50,000 with bad credit, okay? It's just basically knowing what institutions can work with you and knowing all the data points, okay? So I'm going to give you three different lenders. I'm going to go into them so you guys can see. All three of them, you can do the application online. I will tell you, remember, when you're dealing with lenders that are going to lend you money and your credit is not top notch, but you need the money anyway because you have an emergency. These are not normally an institution or a lender that I'm going to recommend, but there's some people out there that their credit is not good, and unfortunately they do need to use these type of lenders. I do not get paid by these lenders or anything like that, okay? This is just for educational reasons and to try to help you guys. You guys can get yourself back to where you were before. So any of these lenders that you do try to get yourself approved with, make sure that you read all the fine prints. Okay, so that way later in a month you don't say, oh my God, I didn't know the interest was so high, or I didn't know if I had to, repay this in, let's say, 30 days, just to give you an example. So anytime that you are going to get money or funding or anything in life, make sure you read the fine prints, because I do that as well. I just sign and then later on I'm like, oh my God, I didn't read this, and look at now. So don't get yourself into more trouble. Always read the fine prints, okay? These lenders also, they're going to do a soft pull. If you do get approved, then it's going to be a hard inquiry, because by law they do have to do that hard inquiry. There's the three different institutions. Each of them lend money. There's one that's going to give you up to 50,000. I think the other one is up to 4,000, and I believe there's another one up to $202,500. Okay, so no, one goes from 2,000 to 35,000. The other one goes up to 50,000, and the other one goes up to $4,000. Okay, one of them is pretty cool because it does use AI to help you get approved, because it's not only based on your credit, it's based on your education and all that. Also, remember, all these three facilities or institutions, they are going to ask you for documentation. So make sure that you have, if you have a pay stub, or if you have a whatever you have, make sure you have your statements or whatever you need to get approved. Okay, so let me minimize myself. The first one we're going to come, which I already had it open here for you, is Op Loans. So Op Loans is online personal loans. Apply now. You can log in here. No credit check loans. Loans for bad credit. It's telling you. It's looking for you. Remember, these people make money because they lend you money, and then they have a higher interest rate, to collect. And that's the way they make money. And obviously, when you need this money, it's okay to pay higher interest, because when I needed money, I'll pay whatever it takes to get me back to where I need it, or if I need it for any emergency. And a lot of times they do lend money, and a lot of people default because they're coming in already with bad credit. Okay, so let's open here, Ops Loans, and it tells you online loans design for you. Same day funding available. Personal services, no hidden fees. So, like I said, you got to always read the fine print, okay? It tells you here, tell us about yourself, verify, excuse me, verify your income. So, anytime that you want to try to get approved, especially when you're dealing with credit that's not where it's supposed to be, they're going to ask you for income verification. So make sure you have all your ducks in a row. If you don't have your pay stubs, create them. It's legal. You can create them based on the money you're coming in. get a quick decision, and same day funding available, which this is very important. Some people have big emergencies and they cannot wait. Also, sometimes these loans can help you get it out of debt. Like you can consolidate everything, and then basically you can just pay one credit, or once you consolidate everything and your utilization goes back up, you can maybe transfer it, or if you have business funding, business credit, you can transfer it to the business side, which that is, you can't see it on the personal side, so that's excellent also. um so, and it tells you here, like, what are the eligible requirements to apply for an online personal loan, how much money can I apply for with a personal loan through Ops Loan. I believe Ops Loan is like 4,000, but we'll check now. How are Ops Loan online personal loans different? What is an online personal loan? What can you use an online personal loan for? And this is very important. How does the repayment of a personal loan work? So you want to make sure, depending who's approving you, that you read before you even try to get approved. That way you know if it's something that works with you, okay? So let's see how much they can approve you for. Give me a second. How much can I? Let me see. So yeah, so they go from $500 to $4,000. Okay, so it all depends. The state. It tells you here. I hate that word. Will depend on your state of residence, income, and ability to repay and credit worthiness. So maybe if you have somebody that their credit is not that good, but it's not that bad, you might get up to the 4,000. So it all depends. Okay, guys. Let's go to the next one. Uh, Okay, and this one is, where is it? There it goes. Advanced personal loans. So let's go here. All the personal loans come out. Again, you got to go in here, check your options. But this one, look, whatever your goal is, a personal loan can help you reach them faster. Borrow between $2,000 to $35,000 for things like medical bills, home projects, and unexpected expenses. Those are the emergencies. But also remember, let's say you're maxed out on your credit cards and maybe your credit profile right now is not looking that good. This might be an option to consolidate everything together, bring up the score, bring up your credit, and then transfer it to another credit card that's interest free, or so on and so on. You got to get creative when you're, playing in the credit field, in the credit world. You got to get creative. That's why it's called creative financing. So here, check your loan option. Basically, this is probably with all of them. Do you rent? Do you own? And it also looks really good. I'm not telling you to lie, but when I was doing business funding and I would bring in $3 million a year in funding for patients, definitely when patients own, it's a plus. Also, when you're filling an application, make sure that when you report your employment, make sure it's the same employment, the same address that you have in the credit bureau. Okay, so if you just moved or you just changed jobs, just put your old address, your old job, and as soon as you get approved, you can call and change it, because this gives you one less hiccups. I know these institutions are not really credit based, but that is the correct way when you're filling an application to get funding. Okay, so basically, all your information, what is individual annual income before taxes, income type, you can probably put household income as well. So let's go to the next one, and that's probably my favorite, would be the next one. Okay, which would be, where did I put it? So this one is Upstart. Upstart does use AI, okay? Because, like I said, they try to get you approved not only on your credit worthiness, but your education and other factors. So that's really good because you might have a better chance of getting a lower interest. You might have been upside down because you went to school, you graduated, but right now, you didn't pay your loans back or so on or so on. But they do see the potential that you are able to make those payments back. Okay. Um, so it's here, Upstart Loan Personal Credit. This one goes up to 10,000, but I don't think this is the one I was talking to. Get your personal loan up to 10,000. You got to submit all your information. And once again, you have to read the fine print. I don't want you to send me a DM, in 30 days. Oh my God, Jackie, the interest was 20 something or 30 something or 19. And you told me. I don't tell anybody. I always tell everybody, go out there and do your research and see what works for you. It all depends, if that's something that works for you. We all got to do our homework and our due diligence. But right now, if you are struggling and your credit profile is not that good, then these are loans that you need to consider. But this is not the one that I was talking about, because the one I was talking about goes up to $50,000. Let me see if it's this one. So this one, look, check your rate in 5 minutes. Get funded in as fast as 1 day. 38% lower rates. Yes, I do believe Upstart has lower rates. It won't affect your credit once again. And it's just basically seeing what works for you. I just finished giving you 3 institutions. You have to go in and do your due diligence, check what works for you. Let me minimize myself here. Again, you know, how you benefit, and you can just go up and read all these. Okay, guys. So again, remember, knowing all the data points and knowing the information before you try to get approved for any of these lenders. And this is just my own personal, opinion. If you guys are going to try to get one of these loans, try to use it for something that really is useful or an emergency, because you don't want to get these loans that are higher than, regular banks or credit unions to go on vacation and stuff like that. I mean, you could do it, it's up to you, but that's not something that I would recommend. I would recommend, if you're going to go, on vacation and you're going to use credit like I do, use a credit card that's 12 months interest free, 21 months interest free, 18 months interest free, or that has a lower APR. Okay, because that's how you don't get yourself in the ditch, guys. Remember, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my mentorship, send me a DM. That's the only way I'm going to get to